Hello and welcome to what is LimeWedgeLoej. And I'm here with the championship, conference championship picks. But before I get to those, what I want to bring up is last week, the divisional round. I was a little bit off in, three of my picks. The only pick that I got right was the Patriots, and the Patriots were the Patriots. They absolutely dominated the Texans like they needed to do, and they proved that they're just the most dominant team coming in. And well, that's in my humble opinion. But the other games were excellent, at least two of them. Depending on if you're a 49ers fan or not, that was a pretty good game for a little bit for the first couple quarters, and then, the 49ers look like the team that, we thought they were earlier in the season. When the 49ers started to falter later in the season, it made me question them. But they're actually looking pretty good now. But I just want to touch on the two other games, the Falcons and the Seahawks. I'm not saying the Falcons don't deserve to be here. I'm not saying that the Seahawks do deserve to be here, but it was a very, very close game at the end. The Falcons almost gave it away. Almost. And that would have been, horrible for them because they had such a long playoff drought. This is just unthinkable that they almost lost it. If the Seahawks don't call the timeout to ice the kicker, then, it looked like Brian was about to miss the kick. And then, the Falcons would have lost. If the Seahawks had just threw it down the field on that last drive after the Falcons just failed horribly at that muff kick. And it was just amazing to me. It's just like the Seahawks have it at midfield. This game's not over yet. This game is not over yet. And I was just beside myself. I thought the Seahawks were going to throw it about 10 yards down the field. The person was going to fall down and they were going to get a timeout called with 1 second left, kick a field goal and win it. Because, if I'm Russell Wilson, your basically only chance to win is to get it 10 yards down the field or so and give him a chance at a field goal. 15, 20, you have to give him a shot at the field goal. So that's just my opinion. And as you saw last weekend, that isn't worth much. But the Ravens and the Broncos. Joe Flacco was playing with a purpose. Ray Lewis, I love the way Ray Lewis put it. As a religious guy myself, his religious saying, what man says impossible, God says is possible. No one gave us a chance. And I heard all the experts and no one gave them a chance. And the Ravens won it. That Ravens team versus the Broncos was the team that beat the Patriots earlier in the season. That was the team. And now I believe we are going to have two excellent championship games. I honestly didn't know who to root for in the Ravens Broncos games because I like both teams. At the end, I think I was rooting for the Ravens though, just because Ray Lewis's last season, and I love his post-game interviews. So I'll love to hear what he says when the Ravens beat the Patriots. Yes, that is my pick. The Ravens do it again, another last-second field goal. And the Patriots are stunned. They're like, who are these Ravens? Who are these Ravens? This is the team that was just stumbling into the playoffs, who couldn't tell their head apart from their butt. That's how bad the Ravens were. I thought the Ravens might be the coldest team coming into the playoffs. I honestly thought that the Ravens didn't really deserve to get into the playoffs just by the way they were playing at the end of the season. I thought, oh, they're gonna come in, the Colts are gonna beat them, Ray Lewis is gonna go out, just kind of fade away. But Lord have mercy if they did not come back and just go crazy. I see Flacco having a repeat performance because Flacco may not have exactly outdueled Peyton Manning, but he was in the same class as him. He did. I don't think he threw as many interceptions. I didn't look it up because I didn't think I was going to bring up that statistic. But that's amazing to me. I think that the Ravens defense is a little bit better than the Patriots, especially the way they're playing. So, like I said, I think it's going to come down to a field goal at the end of the game. For the Falcons and 49ers. This is another hard one for me. But, as I was wrong last week by choosing the running quarterback from the NFC West, I'm not going to make the same mistake again. I'm choosing the Falcons. Because I believe that them dirty birds have got the monkey off their back. They have proved they are the highest seed remaining for a reason. They are the number one team in the NFC, and they're playing like it. Because they played like the number one team for the first 3 quarters of that game. And if Russell Wilson and the Seahawks weren't just completely insane in the fourth quarter when they wanted to be, they just flipped the switch and said, we're going to make it a game now. And if it wasn't for that, the Falcons would have dominated them. So, I think the Falcons can do it. And I think the Falcons will beat the 49ers. Yes, Colin Kaepernick will just give the Falcons defense a lot of trouble. But the Falcons will have the tape from the Packers game. And they can adapt and slow Colin Kaepernick down enough where the Falcons will be able to win the game. I think this will be an excellent Super Bowl. It's the Falcons, it's the Ravens, and it's two of the greatest of all times last game. Who will get the Super Bowl? Will it be Falcons star tight end Tony Gonzalez or Ravens star defensive player Ray Lewis? This is so hard for me to pick because it's two red hot bird teams, two pros who deserve another ring. But I know a lot of people, if anyone watches this, of course, will criticize me for using this as a reason to pick the Ravens. But Ed Reed, not why did I say Ed Reed? I meant Ray Lewis. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm already thinking about the people yelling at me. They're already yelling at me in my head. And so I said the wrong name. Ray Lewis said, with God for us, who can stand against us? Which, is biblical. I'm not saying he's the original quote. He was quoting the Bible. But that is the reason why I think the Ravens are going to win. Evidently, Ray Lewis has been talking to the man upstairs a lot, and the man upstairs is saying, I'm going to give you a little bit of help down there. And I'm not saying this is the whole, what is angels in the outfield sort of thing, but I do believe God is blessing every Christian player who is asking for it. I'm not saying God decides games, but he can bless people to play to their full potential when they ask him to and are living their life right. And I know, the whole, oh, you're crossing sports. This is sports and religion on a gaming channel. What are you thinking, LimeWedge? I'm thinking that it's my stupid channel and my stupid commentary, and I can say it. So if you don't like it, then I'm gonna go all D-Generation X on you. I got 2 words for ya! Not really, I'm actually gonna just say bless you. I had you fooled there for a second, didn't I? Yeah, I'm not going to go from that drastic change from God's gonna help the Ravens win the Super Bowl. Well, not help them, but kind of help them, but not help them if because you heard what I just said, But yeah, if you agree with my picks, feel free to like it. If you don't agree with my picks, then you can comment. And if I got the picks right, you can say, "Wow, good job! You picked 2 games correctly, or 3, depending on if you're just talking about the the conference." Lord have mercy, my head's still messed up. The people are still fussing at me in my head. And now more people are fussing at me for saying read. And now more people are fussing at me for saying divisional. And more people are fussing at me for the DX thing. And everyone is fussing at me in my head. So I'm going to just say thank you for watching. Go Ravens. And that's about it. This is LimeWedgeLoej signing off.